Some stories are worth sharing and some stories are worth keeping to yourself. This is what we're going to be learning for this week of our Gate 33 transit in human design, known as the Gate of Privacy. If you have a Leo placement between 7 and 12 degrees in your natal chart, you're going to notice that you also have Gate 33 in your Human Design BodyGraph. My name is Brenna. I'm a human design reader and astrologer of 9.5 years, and we're going to break down the meaning of Gate 33 if you have it in your chart, what you're going to be feeling this week if you don't, and then how it's going to affect us for each of the days of the week over the course of the 6-day transit. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to start off by reading an excerpt from Chetan Parkin, who's one of my favorite projectors that writes about human design, about Gate 33. So Gate 33, he also calls the Gate of Retreat because it is about retreating and taking time to decompress, understand what just happened, like allow yourself to just marinate in understanding and just like really be able to reflect on whatever's happening in your world. So we're going to talk about this. Once upon a time, there was a person with Gate 33 in their human design. Welcome to one of the two natural storytelling gates which reside in the throat chakra, throat center. Your stories, unlike those told with people who have Gate 56, which is a late degree Cancer, early degree Leo placement, are reflective, sober, and not highly embellished. Your succinct storytelling smacks of authentic life experience and can be woven into a magical moral from an old fable. The truth of your accounts stems from the stories that the universe makes you sample. Indeed, the experiences and challenges come so thick and fast that you must retreat from time to time and to take a complete break from everything. Retreat brings you strength and clarity about any wisdom garnered during your experiences. In retreat, you mull over your experiences and then present your conclusions. Essentially, Gate 33 sends you into the thick of action in order to subsequently guide others by using your storehouse of accumulated experiences. Your memory capacity is also sharp, meaning there is a database inside you which would overwhelm any publisher or movie maker with an embarrassment of creative riches. More can happen to you in a day than can happen to most people in a week. And I've had people in my life that have this placement, and that really is so true because I'm like, oh my God, like the chisme, the drama, like so many theatrics that happen to these people. And there are Leos, right? They are going to be theatrical and also can entertain the things that feel really dark and heavy to most people with a certain amount of levity, which myself as a Pisces and having a lot of Scorpio could definitely appreciate. Your difficulty is knowing when to retreat from the front line. And if you don't get it right, you can face chronic fatigue and nearly collapse. Remember, the wise man knows when to retreat for his own health. It's like knowing when to leave the party. Seek solace in spas, silent retreats, and the countryside meditation or gentle pastimes. Refreshment and recharging are essential if you are to cope with the peace in your life, to create more peace in your life. One thing I would point out is the proclivity to be secretive. You like telling stories for the enjoyment and insight of everyone else, but matters learned in confidence can remain locked away. Until that is, your design comes into contact with somebody with Gate 13. Then beware, because their attentive listening abilities will be mining all that you know to the point where their energy can literally draw all secrets and deep confidences from you. So this is where there's a heavy emphasis on like everyone has a need to know basis this week, especially if you have this in your natal chart. Gate 13 is the gate of the listener. It's an Aquarian placement. So Aquarians and people who have highly dense Aquarius energy, Pluto also being Aquarius, that's opposite the sun this week, we're also going to be noticing that. Not in Gate 13 though, it's in Gate 41. We have a little bit of time before we get into Gate 13. But all that to say, it's like really allowing the secrets to come to light when they need to and making sure that you trust the right people in the right way and the right time during this week. Now, on the first day of this transit, or if you have Gate 33 in the first line, this is known as the line of avoidance. And this is where you want to pick and choose your battles. If you know that you're in a weak position or you need to take time to just build up your strength, if you want to run a marathon and you know that you don't even know how to run a mile, start by walking that mile on your own when you feel up to it in your home or outside. It's like knowing where you're at and being radically honest about where you're at in the process so you can pull back the arrow before launching it forward to achieve your goals and dreams. Now, Gate 33 in the second line or on the second day of this transit is the line of surrender. And on this day, it's making sure that when you see somebody that has more power than you, that you admire, you sing their praises and know when to give them their flowers. The opposite side of this is recognizing somebody and being very public about being friends with them or being connected with them, and then secretly resenting them behind closed doors. So you just want to watch out for that. You may be doing this for other people, but also how other people may be doing this to you. And I think especially for my people that tend to come into my vortex on YouTube and on TikTok and Instagram, It's more so the latter. Who are the people that are kind of have secret animosity and aren't really expressing it, or kind of holding some sort of resentment, and just really watching out for that kind of bitterness that could be projected upon you? Know when to cut people out. On the third day of this transit, or if you have gate 33 and the third line 333, this is known as the line of spirit. And this can go one of two ways, where in its exalted state, you're really leaning towards knowing when to go ghost, stay private, make moves in silence, go ghost for 6 months while you're working on your big dreams, goals, and aspirations before you launch them. Or it's the bridge burner, where it's like really ending things super abruptly and not allowing yourself to live in this retreat where you're actually making moves and not looking for external validation. That can come later, right? When you're being praised and people are like, oh my gosh, how did you do it? Where they're blinking and it took, you 6 months to become an overnight success. They can see the overnight successes, but they don't always have to be a part of your process. It's your trial and error to figure that out. So who are the people that you know today, if you don't have displacement, that are going to go with you or are going to allow you to retreat so that you can have your privacy to work on what you have to work on, and then can allow yourself to not burn bridges, but to have a graceful exit with people that you may not get along with, so that you can maintain those relationships, compartmentalize those people appropriately, but not burn any bridges that you may have to walk over again, or it may just be easier for you to walk over them again in the future. Gate 33 in the fourth line, or on the fourth day of this transit, this is the line of dignity. And this is where you really want to pay attention to knowing that you have to retreat in order to create some regeneration of your energy, in order to regenerate yourself, to feel nourished, to pour out from your overflow. Being really cautious of the 4 people, the 5 people that you spend the most time with is going to come up today, versus the detrimental aspects that you may be facing today, or if you have displacement, where it's not allowing yourself to regenerate and being forced to, where people kind of cut you out and they're like, I can't be with you anymore. You're doing too much. Like, go sit over there. We'll see you next weekend. Go allow yourself to relax, do your best work in a bathrobe, and retreat almost against your will. It's knowing that it serves you good to be able to take rest and pause along the way. That's what this whole week is teaching us, to be able to have more of a quality of growth, of expansion when you allow yourself to rest. The resting is just as important as the action. Gate 33 in the fifth line is one of my favorite. It's known as timing. And in its exalted placement, this is knowing who to tell in the right time. Not everyone needs to know your business, even the people closest to you, when you're in the middle of working on your plans. In the detrimented aspect, it's getting so excited and sharing things prematurely. And then people are putting the weird evil eye onto your plans, on your goals, on your dreams and aspirations. So just letting yourself to build that healthy fortress, have healthy boundaries, and knowing that not everybody needs to know everything until it's actually done and you're posting the pictures online. So just look out for oversharing today. And gate 33 in the sixth line, or on the sixth day of this transit, this is known as the line of disassociation. So it's this exalted placement of really allowing yourself to just rest, to retreat, to fully enjoy and be the embodiment of knowing how to take your rest when you need it, and really allowing yourself to be nourished. This is so helpful because we also have Cancer, a Venus that's in Cancer at the same time, which is like good food, good people, good music, good energy, good clothes, right? Good furnishings for your home, things that make you cozy and comfortable. Doesn't mean you have to spend extravagantly to do so, but allow yourself to just enjoy the creature comforts and the finer things in life, whatever that looks like for you. And within that, when you are resting, there's a certain amount of shedding and letting go that happens, letting go of stress, letting go of pressure, letting go of anything other than what you're supposed to be doing in that present moment. The detrimental aspect of this is not letting things go and using that time of privacy, alone time, and retreat to hyperfixate or obsess over the things that you couldn't let go of or you couldn't control. So just pay attention to that today and for the rest of the week. Nourish yourself, nourish. What are the things you can do that you can shed? You're like a hermit crab that is moving up into a bigger, badder shell and adjusting, moving into your new home, getting cozy, getting comfortable. Allow yourself to do that and have some privacy this week, some alone time. You can still connect with your people, but just allow yourself to be hermiting a little bit more so you can get that rest, be behind stage before you're going out and shining into the world, which will come next week when we talk about the next gate transit. Thank you guys so much for being here always. And thank you so much for supporting me on my YouTube channel. I have some good links for you, some free content in the show notes below if you're interested to check out some other things about human design and your rising sign. I have a couple of videos about that when it comes to money, and anything else you want me to cover and create. You can drop your comment in the comments below with any suggestions and I'd be happy to consider them. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.